If only finding the one you really want was as easy as with the new Mercedes-Benz online showroom. Compare every new car in stock today and see the latest offers. Search Mercedes-Benz online showroom today.
There we are. Latest from BMW, latest from Mercedes. Compare the pair.
Oh my gosh. Okay, because we haven't discussed this beforehand. I think one of these commercials did their job well, one didn't. I think the second one did. I think the BMW one did tons better than the first one. I couldn't even really tell you what the first one was about. So that's where I stand. So what are you thinking?
Well, interesting. I think they both did well.
Okay.
I do think BMW did a much, much better job of being on brand, but let's just jump to Mercedes. So Mercedes took some everyday situations that we're very familiar with, and they've tied it to what they've done with Mercedes. So it's basically a product selector. I'm here, help me choose my product. So within that, you're going straight to Mercedes. So it's not comparing against Audi or any other car brands. You're just comparing against its own product lineup. For me, the only reason it really fell flat is looking at the comparison. So if I'm comparing cars, it's very clear the lineup in Mercedes, like really each specific product fits a very specific person. And when you're going to shop at Mercedes, you already know that you've got a pretty good idea of what Mercedes I'm going to get. So does it really solve a problem? Am I really going to go there to select a Mercedes that I'm already quite familiar with? A percentage of the market, yes, but it doesn't really sell the Mercedes brand.
There's a phenomenon called choice paralysis, where once a human being has too many options to make, they tend to default back to just their most basic thing. So if I give you 3 different jellies to try, you've got strawberry, orange, apple. You'll see most people will kind of flit between all 3. They'll try all 3. You'll get kind of an even spread. As soon as I give you 50 jellies to choose from, everyone goes right to strawberry. Why? Because it's the most common thing we know, and we get paralyzed by all this overchoice. So that's kind of what they were playing with. But the 3 things, and so I recognize that I think that's good. The 3 things I think they went flat on are, 1, exactly what you said. The amount of choice you have at Mercedes is negligible. I can look at all the cars. There's only one I can afford, or there's only one in my SUV line that's really going to matter for me. So I don't really have choice paralysis when it comes to Mercedes. And if I'm going to your website, you've already got me, so don't worry about it. 2, it made Mercedes COVID related, but everything else in that ad was very not COVID related. All of a sudden, I'm in a coffee shop. All of a sudden, I'm in a clothing store. You can't give me 3 live scenarios and then take me into a digital scenario. The 2 don't gel. So if you would have given me 3 digital scenarios, fine. Now I can come on and say, now I can see what I can do over here. And the third thing is, until you said Mercedes, I had totally forgotten it was a Mercedes commercial. I have no clue what the brand was. I never saw it printed anywhere. It was there, I guarantee, but nothing about the brand itself stuck out in my mind. So I never tied the memory to that brand, unfortunately.
Very different for BMW. BMW is usually quite serious in their execution. For me, the interesting thing, they used prediction break humor to set it up to tell this story that was quite engaging, that's quite relatable as well. But then they really do change gears as he jumps in the car and he's throwing this thing around everywhere, which they're demonstrating the performance, they're demonstrating the steering, which is what you want to see from a performance car or a sports car like this. But it ties it to the brand as well. It's very memorable from BMW perspective.
That's right. If you talk about, you always bring up this idea of kind of like the hero shot or the hero object. And in this commercial, the hero was the BMW. If you go back to the last commercial, the hero was the computer. You can look up cars on your computer. Congratulations. Here, the hero tomorrow is the car. I want that thing. And I think you're right. I think they juxtapose that kind of prediction break, that silly humor at the front end that we all kind of recognize. And then they showed all the features of the car that make it strong. The door opened on its own. The thing starts on its own. The steering will now help you become a good driver. You can suck and BMW will still make you that awesome Steve McQueen type of driver you always wanted to be. Get in there, go for it. And I remember the brand. It stuck with me and I knew what I was paying attention to. And I thought that was wonderful execution on that one.
And it's
What's
an expensive
the problem
product
we're going to solve? And I think that's the basis of pretty much all advertisement, all business. You're here to solve problems. Why don't you tell me what it is you're going to solve? Don't beat around the bush. Don't hint. So I guess in the compare the pair, we've got what problem am I solving? One is you're a crappy driver, but now you can be a good driver. The other is you got too many choices. We can help you sort those out. I get it, but I thought that first one just got lost in the mix, unfortunately.